It's your boy Imperial Valley bringing you the latest chapters of One Piece. Before we get into that, if you like anything I was doing in the past, present, you know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. Chapter titles: Miss Beckenham Stussy. So if y'all don't know who that is, that's actually the sister from the CP0 that we was talking about in the previous chapter, the one who was actually doing the trail with the CP0. So yeah. So now we get a cover spread with Susie and that nigga Rob Lucci actually fighting. It's actually pretty interesting. So you got Sissy actually explains the situation that's going on. So she tells Rob Lucci, so this is a hard, it must be a hard bitter pill for you to swallow because you expected me, out of all people, to do the whole betrayal thing because like the way they statured this is like, yeah. So it is interesting. So without a hesitation, Rob Lucci just straight dives in there and straight attacks. And Sussy uses paper arts, heartbreak after image. And then she also goes on to explain and says to Rob Lucci, so when it's something you don't understand, you just automatically go to your first instinct, which is just to kill if you don't understand. And then we get this whole image of Rob Lucci looking angry Sussy breaks something and then say you're so wild. And then we get Lucci saying sea stone. So if y'all don't know what sea stone is like actually it's like sea stone is it prevents any devil fruit users using their ability because like devil fruit users actually their weakness is they can't swim. So if they eat a devil fruit, they lose their ability to swim. It's like you automatically instantly drown once you touch the sea. So sea stone is like it's actually making a current of the property of the sea, but it's like handcuffs with the sea on it. So yeah, in case you didn't know, so let's just get that right there out of the way. And then we got Sussy. She actually bites Rob Lucci in the neck, and it honestly looks like she's actually a whole vampire. I'm not gonna lie. She looks like a vampire with the whole teeth and shit, the way it is. So then she tells him, I know how strong you is, so me fighting y'all one on one head on would have been stupid. So this is why I had to go with this one. And then she tells him, forgive me and take a little nap. And then we actually see Sussy with wings. So, but we also know she is a clone, but she probably has mixed properties that's actually also mixed within her DNA that's making her like this. And then we cut off to see Brooke and Zoro. So Brooke looking like, yo, just a moment ago, like, what is this? Like, just a moment ago, wasn't they actually on a whole team and shit? Like, so why are they actually fighting against each other? So Zoro looking like, yo, honestly, maybe, you know, maybe it's some friendly fire or some shit. And then Stussy actually get in contact with the Vegapunk, telling him, well, I'll put both of them to sleep. Job is done. And then you got the Vegapunk. They like, yo, bro, that's fantastic news. So she came through. So now we know the person that was on board on the island that they was actually referring to is actually Sussy, and that's pretty interesting. Because like, who would have ever thought out of all people it would have been a CP0 agent? So now we get a little cover spread with everybody so we see Usopp, Nami, Robin, and so they looking like they all asking like, what's going on? Like, wasn't she with CP0? Like, so do all this time, like, did all this time they have a traitor inside of CP0, the world government? So Vegapunk is like one of the So Shaka Vegapunk one and actually explaining, we don't. Our intentions wasn't to have a mole inside of the intelligence branch. It wasn't planned this way, but that's the way it turned out, and it worked out in favor nonetheless. So Sussy tells the doctors, Dr. Vegapunk, and unfortunately, Rob Lucci, Sussy, and them, they all have the same authority relationship, so she can't stop the Seven Sins. So you got the other Vegapunks, they're like, it's cool, we on our way. And then we get a little cover spread of the Seraphims. We get to see Edison and Lilith. And then we see Zoro and Brooke actually going. So he looking like, yo, we need to stop them before they do what they do and straight wreak havoc on the whole goddamn laboratory. So Brooke looking like, yo, don't they look kind of familiar? Like, so Zoro looking like, yeah, I know, especially that one, referring to S-Shark, which is actually the Seraphim that's actually supposed to be Jinbe counterpart. And then before we know it, we actually see Lilith coming to actually give the command. And then before we know it, we see S-Hawk, which is the Seraphim for Mihawk. He's getting ready to just cut Lilith down, honestly. And before you know it, we get a nice little panel clash between Zoro and S-Hawk, and it's amazing. Everyone was wondering when this was gonna happen, and honestly, this is so great. And then Zoro actually look at it like on close inspection, you're not the same. So he's meaning like you're not the same as the original Mihawk. Like you have a spark of humanity still. So like there's still hope for you, but you're not what I'm looking for. You're not the official. So and then before that, we actually see Zoro get flown back a little bit as he states, "What the hell are you?" And then you get Edison say, he's looking like, honestly, leave it to me. And then he tells the Seraphim to quit it, and before you know it, you see this huge big blast, and everyone, and Lilith and them a little shocked, a little scared. And before you know it, we actually see Sanji holding Edison as Lilith rejoices at the scenery, and then we see all the Seraphim actually listen and they power down or whatnot, and the other. So you got the other Vegapunk sitting up here actually thinking Stussy for like the help, and she looking like honestly, it's much obliged. Like I'm happy I could do it. I'm happy I could help. So they said it's been like yeah. And then we actually get a whole panel like where they cut off, and we go into Space Island. We got the little children talking to Marco as Marco listens to the children. As the children tells Marco what happened, why he was gone, and while he was gone, Spanx Island was actually raided by the Navy, which is also the world government. So you got Marco actually apologizing because he wasn't there to protect them, and then you have the Navy looking like, yo, we know white man lived here, so just give us his stuff, and everybody good. So he's gonna shoot a little boy. So an old woman tells them to leave him alone because that was her younger brother, and she stood up for him. They was gonna shoot her, but before they actually got into the shooting, Weevil comes. Edward Weevil, which is supposed to be Whitebeard's biological son. And I mean, I don't know. I don't look at like I don't know. Maybe he is the biological son of Whitebeard, or maybe, just maybe, he's actually a clone between Whitebeard and the original Miss Beckham. So Weeble comes and he defends and he fends off the Navy as the Navy actually requests for backup. And Marco looking like, yo, honestly, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty happy that he came through. Like he sound like he's a good guy. And then we get the original Miss Buckin. Also named her original name is Beckenham Stussy, but they just call her Miss Buckin. She was also a former member of the Rocks Pirate subsequent proclaimed scientist, and she was a mad research. So she explains to Marco, you know what the hell happened, because he wasn't here to see his daughter protected. Well, when they got back up, they had Admiral Greenberg come through, and he's the one who actually hurt Easy. So now you gotta get Easy back for me. And on top of that, hand over what they did. So Marco's looking at him. So this fucking look like, I see that was his lineage. So it's one person who can verify the same thing. And it's Dr. Vegapunk, and I'm like, alright, cool. My thing is, if Dr. Vegapunk can identify this, I feel like that is giving concrete evidence that this is being stated that Edward is actually affecting a phone because he knows Dr. Vegapunk is a scientist. And I mean, he made a clone of Stussy, so why doesn't it say in the show that he made a clone of Edward, which is right there, and Stussy, that's literally Stussy. So I think it could have been like that, they made a kid, or he just cloned DNA from Whitebeard. So that also gonna be a thing, and you got Stussy on this bucket, how you want to say it, actually sitting up here raising him. But that is it for the chat room. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like, comment, subscribe. Remember, have an awesome day, and Dilly Valley out.